Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial in installing the setting up to Go development environment. So you're beginner on switching to Go and setting up your environment is correctly in the process. So now first of all we are open in JS prone browser, or and here is type the first type and go like a download, and here is hoping for global is up, show this site, and first of all here you can see Go programming length. Okay, so here is properly download and go and installing and verify the setup inside. The first of all download using Go and it's split. The post in the web browser is a official supported this website. So here you can see download and install, or you can see click on this in the download, and here is also choose core here and the old feature of the Mac, Microsoft, after Apple and the Linux. Also you can see just click on this link and it's starting for download. So here is not, I'm just not download, I will show you because already I downloaded on my computer. So when your computer is correctly download and install the core base in the code this here, and now I will do this and I will just currently open and the next place, but just properly the basic in installing place. And next is once complete and down install, and just open for this command plan md command is just open. Okay, so here as the protocol is check for the year computer that now available for this program. Okay, so here is fastly qualify this command, so go and press for enter and you can see here is available for my computer. Okay, so now is open for the VS Code, and then I hope your computer is available for the VS Code easy code editor. So you then open for this VS Code, and now here is click for another new file to the screen here and click for here file like a, so here type this 4-line dot extension, here is 4 and press enter here. So now I'm just working for the desktop, and here using desktop log strip for the extension likely 4. Here is creating for another is a new file, just terminal just removed, and you can see here is creating this. And now just first of all here is create the simple Go program. So first of all he is defined now, sorry, he is type the package and the package is waiting here, or you can see here using just open in this the browser and just going back, and you can correctly so that going, and you can see here is full programming language, the sample is the state, so use this, it is the poll, and here is template copy for in this code and test for here, and here is change in this name. So now using this hello like programming, so you can see here is tag this Go programming and say okay. So now save and just here is open against this term. First of all here is the data for this desktop, so here is type, and you can see using here the cd, sorry, is type the cd and is working like a next. Okay, desktop. Okay, so first is this feature, and the next is currently also type the next one, set up this desktop you're in your laptop, and next one, and press, you can see it properly set up and the short output. So you can see here this currently applied this, and now this common. So student done is this course, so course is started to go run, and this. Okay, so here is final step will go. So if you 5 dot in this go, so press for enter. So now just read and see the output. As you can see here, book program client will be crucial understanding on this output. So as you check for this VS Code in this screen, this output port, open this terminal and type 4 is the same command. Okay, so here is completely working, and the tutorial properly install Go, download and install this Go, this package. Hi everyone, and welcome back to this tutorial and how to write and run your very first Go program. So Go is the powerful and efficient programming language as developed by Google. So by the end of this tutorial, you have and execute here simple Go program covering by concept along the way. So here in this session, first of all, using this Go, and that this code editor in this Go compiler is properly set up. So is check based and properly download and install, set up the Go programming language, and then also using for this VS Code Studio. And here just already here, just I'll show you here. Now you can see, and then here this screening and a new file and open for another new folder. Okay, so here first of all I'm just open for another new folder, so just going for the local dynasty, and here the shooting for this, and here is already creating for another new, here this new folder, and just going and click on this select. Okay, so here is properly open, and in the same site is creating for another. So here the new file, the screen. Okay, so first of all here type the new file name, just hello, and extension is must be using this book, and press printer. So you can see here is creating another new this file, and where every here the very first is every programming journey begin with the class C color world example. Let's run, and the run in the Go program. So you can see here using the simple code and just a structure, if the program was go with the package main declaration. Okay, so here you can see this package main is a declaration, indicates is the endpoint of the program, and here using the import keyword in the FMT package. So here have this input like, sorry, first is using this quotation, and this inside type like FMT, and this FMT package was used for this formatted input output operations. And the next time here using this function, so just type this function using here historically and the main function, and also using here. So now it's completely creating in this structure almost the process, type the this fmt dot using here as correctly applied the green line, and in this inside is type the message like a hello world. Okay, so you can see here is currently creating in this hello world. So here it's the properly use. So now just here this function using for the FMT print line to print here is correctly throughout the console. Okay, so you can see here is correctly applied. Okay, so now properly saving the, and today here is open in this terminal. Okay, so you can have open this new terminal, and first of all using here is properly install this pole length, low length, and type this go this command, and you can see here is every level is go, and here is round this. So first of all here type this go the command and run, and here for 30. So first of all hello dot sanctation like, and here is press enter, and you can see. So just wait and a few seconds, because here in this file is properly being and see the output. So so you can see just reading here, and just here is correctly print like a hello world. So I hope you properly understanding in this first of example. Okay, here you can see so correctly, and you should see the output like a hello world. So you can try for here is another line, so creating for this another line. So now just try, because you just start this fmt and using here the print line, truly here using this another programming. So just here showing this programming high. Okay, okay, sorry, type this high like a Golang programming language. Okay, so here type is Go programming like sorry. Okay, so here is correctly including this language. Okay, so here is including this another pipeline, and just again save, and here is again creating this command like go run, and the file like dot hello dot go. Okay, so just click for this enter, and again as you can see text line here high as Go programming language. Okay, so you can notice that here is not using for this next line, because here is currently output. Okay, now in the studio detail is completely done, and here is perfectly using and creating your first Go programming, and it's write and execute in this Go program. So this example is introduced in Go's. Here is a basic example, and you can now ready to explore more advanced this concept. Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's tutorial. Today's tutorial is creating the goal and syntax and the basic structure. So Go language is statically type 5, and programming language are known for simplicity, performance, and concurrency feature. Here is some example creating like syntax and the structure. So you can see here this previous example is creating your first Golang programming, and now here is using the another of VC program. So in this slide, the main package indicate this an execution of builder this program, and here is I'm going to be importing a standard library package. Here is a main, the function with the program point. Okay, so here first of all type based program like KMFT, and using here is correctly the green line, and here is clean this misses, and like here type 5 and how they go. Okay, so here is easy this program, and you can see here is simply creating this another sleep, and here open this new terminal, and where type this supposed to touch this ball brand and folder, and just like go hello and press for enter, and now just wait here and see the 5 to go. Okay, so here I got the understanding is sample the group programming line, and it is working for is key syntax and company. So every profile start with a package declaration, and the package must be named like your name. Another package are important using the import keyword. Now here is used, sorry, this variable is declaring using the value keyword, and type space by the variable name x into there, and the declaration flow the equal. Okay, so now here is creating the symbol of variable. So first of all, this inside is including this variable is where the variable means is seen and equal tools, and now here is correctly typed and the variable name like the go. Okay, and then next using here this another one, the is the of course using this clone and is equal to and type for this team, and here in this line type the automate, and next using here like the command dot use correctly the print line is out for the state name, and this inside posted including is a name declare and the name variable, and another one is height for like a h including like here, so declare sorry here at 4 in this h. Okay, so here you can see here is creating a symbol of variable. First of all, type for and creating command, and this creating for this command apply, and this press for this engine. So now just read here and see the course. This print this name is colon and for this 10, and I hope your understanding is simple of the barrier, and you can see here using the constant tag first declaring using the constant keyword. Okay, so first of all here is remove this, and now is declared here is a constant, and here is to using this 5 value equal to 3 points 1 4. Okay, and another one, so here using this constant, and here is grading message. You can see here is partly this breathing light, so here you can see in this the example of reading this here in the constant pad this constant t, and here the studio is using like the empty, and using here is correctly the change line and today post range here and including this file value. Okay, so now the save, I'm going for even the terminal, and here is type this command and go run, and the file name like hello dot and press for engine. So now just wait and see, the rate is 3.1, and the next printing part is grading message. So type for this green, and here is type like ftm dot moving here in the screen line and printing this grading message. So again save and also going here and then type for same this command like hello.go. Okay, here is the light and the space for the enter and speed. I see output the like tablet. Okay, so here in the studio is waiting for the global and basic syntax and the structure. I hope you perfectly understand. Hello coders, welcome back to this another tutorial. Today we will explore how to work with variables, constants and data types in Go programming language. So that by the end of this tutorial we will have a solid understanding of how this concept is working. So first of all is understanding the simple concept. So first of all, in this Go programming, those variables are used to store values that can transfer out the program constant. On the other hand, you store values that remain the same on they are initialized. So today first is working like variables by declaring variables and go and use a value keyword followed by the variable name and a type. Okay, so first of all here using the value pure plus like and teaser is required to apply the 8020, and also in here if possible declaring this master file and age and define all in this variable. So here in this simple program is properly declare a variable called like age and a type of integer assigned e value of a 25, and here in this line fmt dot page like print line function is used to print the value of age. Okay, so apply, and first of all is save this program, and here type this command and print this code like hello dot, sorry it's correctly typed, it must be correctly seen to send this file name because it's not run. Okay, so here and press for this print, and here is correctly and age is 25 is correctly, so here is done variable. And even create, here is another example topic like constant. To use constant in Go, so the constant are declared using the constant keyword. So now let's try. So possible here in this slide code, remove here, apply this constant. Now again here height value, and here is different, and here is plotting is plot like a 64-bit is equal to apply this pi value number is 3.141659. Okay, and also in here is remove this and grading this again, and this inside is like for say, so here you can see the value of the pi and declare, you can see the high value. Okay, so here in this curricular plan, then say and showing in here, and then type and go run like hello dot this python and press enter. So now just read here and see that both like a value high and 3.14159. Okay, so I hope you perfectly understand. And the next for another important topics is like data type. Okay, so go for the programming support for various data type, integer, large, 64, string, and change, and a boolean. Let's look at example while we use the different data. Okay, so first of all is remove this all, and here is it's creating like a variable, use the name here, the string type is equal to apply for the name is Go programming, and then another variable like height is a plotting point and a 64-bit and equal to 6.6 list, and here another variable like email active and the true false can, and this boolean. Okay, so now use this output statement for it, and if fat draw, and you can see the pin line, and today first here share the print the name. Okay, and secondly using like a fmt dot here, and you can see the pinch line, and here is a high variable, and third use for fmt dot change line, and here is the pin for e that in this boolean data type. So now just save, and here for just explaining this code, so first of all is declare a variable just in name, as a still and height as a plot and 64 and descriptive as boolean. So in later this data test help us to define what kind of value is variable. Now just wait, and first of all is clear this all, and the command go run like hello dot extension. For press for enter and switch and see the output. First of all, printing the name is Golang, height is 6.2, and here is true condition. Okay, so in this example is completely working. So today just we have learned how to declare variable using keyword and constant remaining understanding. After initializing knowledge, different data types can be used to store various kind of value in. So I hope you have found this helpful. Hi coders, and welcome to this studio on handling input and output in Go programming language. So in this tutorial we'll cover how to user input and display output with this simple example. By the end you have a solid understanding of input and output operation in Go language. So today is working here is printing output using the FMT line. So FTM package makes it easy in this code. So here first of all apply this FMT dot apply. Here is using the in the print line. In this inside describe the message like welcome to Go programming. So you can see here using the first of line is welcome to Go programming, and here so this code and the screen here. So just type this command go run, and for and file name here the and enter. So as you can see here is a hello program, and I hope you kindly understanding. So you can here apply the another offline code, and here using for again this here the printing output. So first take using again fmt dot is type for here is a screen slide, and then type this message like a simple output. So I kindly apply this simple output. So here again see, and you can see here, okay, sorry, it's not using this, only use the print purpose, and using this print line is print the message calling by the new line. And here in this print the message without use a new line at end. Okay, so now just again run this code, and let's type for here hello.go and enter. So now just read here, and I can see for the hello welcome to the Go programming, and this is a simple output. So I hope you understand in the simpler example for printing output. So next example topic is reading input using FMT scan. Okay, so now let's learn how to take input from this FMT dot scan lab. Okay, so just as remove please in this two line of code, and here is post decline the variable name, it is string that then use for FMT dot paint only using that's 5 4, and here is a brain, and here is a necklace like a chart your name. Okay, and then again going for apply this FMT dot notation and using for is a scan link, and here using this an operator, and again using here, so type the fmt dot notation, and so creating here is a faint line, and we see the process just like hello, declare the variable, here it is name. Okay, so here in this example, first of all is a clear a variable name of this and the type of the stream. fmt cream is asked to user to the food their name. mfmt.scanland is reading food from their user and store eating the name variable. Analyze finally is created by user using the line in this statement. First of all, see this code and going here and then have this command go run and find the name hello dot the extension and go and press enter. So here take this name is so Rocky and press for enter again, and you can see here is the list over this key, and here is using this process. I hope you understand this completely using this output statement, and you can try here using this multiple input using fmt scan historically applied. So you can going here remove the stream, and now is tried another variable is it's also a archiver type, and here using this feed and type the message for ensure to number is separated by space. Okay, so separated by space, and also in here using this first one, so declare this number 1, another one is including here is number 2, and first of all here is a 5 is a module, so using this double quotation and 5 to module G, another number is 2 is module 2. Okay, so here is correctly apply this, and here is still dismiss and spring, here is concurrency tie. Okay, so now here you can see the number 1 and the additional operator of number 2. Okay, so here you can kindly apply this, and here is example is be clear that 2 integer variable like number 1 and the number 2, and here is log print and the scan. So here using like a scan for now, and you can see the function is v2 is from the user input separated by space using a Corning specifier module T, and we gain here is a calculate and the clear sum of the two numbers. So first of all save this code and the string again, you can type this go run and the file is flow and go and transfer enter, and as you can see here for the input for insert to enter number separate by separate status 10 and the 20 and the first of the intern, and you can see the here the sum is 30. Here is today's tutorial is completely done. You explored like input output operation in group in Go programming. Okay, hi everyone and welcome to this tutorial basic operators and expression in Go programming. So operators and expression from the condition of any programming language, and we're going no different. So now explore here is a different item, rational and logical operators. So first of all is working here, this arithmetic operator like addition, subtractions, multiplications, and the divisions. So now here using these operators is correctly applied. So we could variable like theme and another one p and in the integer 5 and is equal to in this insert the value of the 10 and down. So using this file, okay, and this is here is using the ftm dot is applied this print line, and in this inside is print like additional a additional for. Okay, so here is correctly and unusual for this ftm that is high for again this green line, and here is including for e and subplatform for b variable, and the next step applies is ftm dot the green line, and here is screen a and multiplication for d, and the next one using this show and then type for modules, so defining point and the things line and the type for d modular d variable. So here in this simple example is process clearing here the two variable e and d and other than class and percentage in this used to perform the mathematical operation. Okay, so now it's saved these all code and it's perfectly green on open the Stereo. And here is the first type, this type, the command is go run and the file name, and here hello or extension, go and press this for printer, and I will just read here and I can see the additional 15, subtraction 5, multiplication 50, and module is screen 40 0, and you can see the division is not applied here. You can apply this, the scope, this teaser only returns according this current and reminder. Okay, I understanding in this example. Okay, so the next topic for the relational operators. So compare two variables in these values. So first of all, here the variable like is another one for y, compare the value including first is 15 and here it is 15 and 20, and post is working here is equal y. So this correctly remove this and x is equal to y variable, and this condition is true or both. Nice to verify for when you just this and common and see, and now use for this x is not equal the where another one here, this condition apply here, so it is greater than y variable value and x1 using the x variable is less than y variable. Okay, so here the simple in this, and here is relational operators is mine mouse for greater than equal and then less than equal, and try this, and here I'm just using this and comparison, and now just checking the portable state and going for the obsess terminal and type who runs hello dot under the co extension and press for this enter. So here the radius, and you can see this printing this false because x is called is y is not equal, and the y is not equal to true, and the third condition y is greater than is x, and here the false, and x is less than portal y. So here you can see the y is less than for the x is correctly true. Okay, so here this condition is properly done. Another operators, now here is create, so you can speak. So now here is working here, the logical operators are used to combine these multiple condition. Okay, so now this here is creating this, and first of all, so here you can see in this declaring the variables. So first has this band, and age is a type for is member. The member is in archiver type equal to, so is first is apply this 25 and 1 is slide 1 is percent for is 2. And then use for here you can see in this French line. So now I'm using for a 3 line. Okay, just simply 8 in this last line and just correctly and just remove. And first of all here is type this condition. So this eligible for just count to type this and dot you giving this page is greater than sign for 18. Using this AND operator and fact like this member and this equality and 2 of each sub 1, that means it's eligible for this sound for. So now here's type this method and I will perfectly understanding. So this is for the discount. So you can see it's correctly discount, and the next one just going here and then type like another, so just type it massive like under each are not a number. Okay, so correctly these, and now just creating this condition for each and equal for, and using this for operator. Here is type for is a number and is equal to like k0. Okay, so now using this another line, so here is type this message, so apply not, so the member, and creating this condition, this again, and your tag is equal to this number. So here in this all condition is applied. So first of all in this double and this operator represent this logical operator while both condition master, and second one here in this the OR operator is the logical form, and where at least the arm and the condition must be true. And the third step is not the operator is negative that condition. And the now done is all code, and first of all open the terminal, and here using, so the command is go run, and the file name is like hello distinction, here is go, and then press enter, and now wait here and just see the this condition is true and second is false and the third is also false. Okay, so now this in this tutorial is completely done and true. They explore these both basic operators and expressions. So these operators are essential for writing functional Go program. Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial unconditional state made in Go programming. So in this tutorial we'll explore how to make decision in your programming, use the if field and the switch statement. So now first of all is working and using like if statement, if else statement, and we're used to execute different block of code based on condition. So now let's try. First of all here declare the variable like the number is integer is equal to like 15, and apply for here the if condition. So this inside is the number using module 2 and is equal to 0, and in this inside type output statement ftm operator and the pinch line and type the positive message. So here in this 5 the number is okay, and then using here, so the else or apply this else, and using a dangerous color blockage, and 3 here's type this ftm dot notation and the print line and ping port another message. So here, so the number is okay. So today in this example, constable here is correctly declare a variable like number and assign it the value of it, and the condition is number module here through is equal to 0. If check the number is divisible by 2, and now here is this code is true if the screen the number is even, and otherwise the screen the number is in or okay. So he is correctly this, and the per type this comment and press for this enter. So now this number is even as correctly framed, and you can see here using for this negative number and explain for the number is odd. Okay, and I help you understanding. So here you stand these details and another topic using this switch statement, which is an element a way to handle as multiple this condition. Okay, so now let's try as possible. Here is remove this whole. Okay, so process has a variable like d, sorry, integer type is equal to like 3. So so the next step using this correctly the switch statement d using this telegraphics, and first of all here is the is 1, and here I start the ftm dot the print line, and here is the message like a Monday, and then the next step here using the correctly and the 2, and again use the ftm between this and here this pin the master Thursday, and also use like case 3 and including here the ftm dot the print line, and you correctly type this another d like a 20. Okay, for the staple type the people and use for the ftm type like the print line, and here type this me like inval, and here invalid. Okay, so here in these 2 days in this example, first use the date in the variable is date is equal to 3, and the search statement in match the value of the with the care condition, and if this the care and the default block is executed, so now it's shape, so that's common, press for enter, and as you can see here you can see these all base of these three properly working, and the print the date is Wednesday, and the understanding completely working done. So now the student explore the things that type example like a conditional statement info. Those are the essential tools for building blocks, the decision based logic in Go program. Hello coders, and welcome back to this another Go programming tutorials. So today we'll explore loops and in Go, focusing on for loops and range keyword. So those are the essential tools for overall data or perform repetitive tasks, and we demonstrate this example to understand this concept. The first is working here the basic flow. These goes looking structure that can handle a variety of tasks. The first here is type the follow, and here is clear I, and as clone is equal to initialize this I variable. Second, using this less than equal to 5, and the I variable is an in increment, and using this, and here is tried without output statement like fmt dot location and the paint line, and here is a pink and message. So first of all, here type the iterations, iteration, and here I apply this is a variable enough I. So today's simple example possible here is for loop is initialized I equal to 1 state, the condition for less than or less than equal 5, and in increment I after executions. During the iterations in print the current value of I. Okay, so now let's print. So here is height is common and 4. Okay, so and now it's correctly clean variations for 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so here is completely working. And the next topic, so using this for with a condition through to the for loop, and in also can used as a while loop by emitting the initializing and implementing this statement. So today first of all is remote in this form, and the first type is a variable lighting count, and here is ground equal to 1, and then here use for loop, and here enter this count and apply this condition history, and using here the fmt dot is using this green line, and 2 is inside this tag message like count, and declare this count, and is next plan apply this count in tanning. So here use correctly the for loop with only a condition sub count is less than equal 3, and inside here in this loop we print the value of count and in increment 8 after the subtraction. Okay, so now just here in this time heal, and so now okay, now here is count for 1 2 3, and here is the state for this condition is less of 3. So here is understanding of done, and you can see here is getting this another most important copy like K3 and the ring, an example here, and rating with this range, and truly use the range and work to look over the collection like automap. Okay, so now let's start it. So first of all, here is the variable, the numbers, and this firstly using this square bracket case and says in, and using those using this, so inside some value E14, and next using here, so the loop, for loop, first is type this index, and next including here the value, and it flow is equal to tag this range and the numbers, and also using here, first of all I use the FMT using here is applied with, and this inside process type for this index, and which uses module T. Next one, okay, so the next one you apply the value and use the module D, and also create this new line, including here just type this index, and for another one, here is 1, and here in this example is here apply the range keyword at over the number slides, and the second mistake in this for is element is provide the index and the value, use for FMT to bring the both and the value of those element in the slides. So now this save this code, and this going here the 5 again, and this command and go. So now just see code the 0 index and 1 index value 22 and index 30 40, and the 4 index likely page 50. So his studio is 3 example completely done and perfectly covered the example with example of looks in Go programming. So master this is a crucial for efficient handling repetitive tasks in program. Hello guys, and welcome to this tutorial, Go programming tutorial. So today we'll give into those unique approach to loops. Unlike many language, Go has its unique low concept, a versatile loop, and in tutorial we'll explore how to we use the for loop unique way converting this example. So first of all, starting with the basic for loop, which work just like it does in other programming language. So first of all, here is status for I in status clone is equal to 0, then it's for type for I, then condition less than 5, and also using this increment, sorry, this one here, okay, and then I, and then using this currently F and T apply point line, and to here type the massive like count and the variable of I. So here in the loop initialize I is equal to 0 and check the condition I less than 5, increment I by 1 after its iterations, and explain the current value of I added escape. And you can see here, and then practice command and then go. So now just read, and you can see here perfectly skinned is all the output. Okay, so I hope you understand it correctly, and then next system is working for infinite loop. In Go programming, you can create infinite loop using for keyword with no condition. So those are commonly used in server programs are continue process. So as they started, so here just move this. First of all, here is file, and the follow equal for 1, and in here using the for loop post type the ftm dot change line, and in this inside to fetch on like this infinite infinite, and then type for is the count, and also here apply the variable zip count, and the system using the count like increase, and now here use the each statement and then type this count is greater than 3, and then now here use the break statement. The today here indeed the for loop no condition, so its run is independently, and here in this with count on those ions and use the break. The statement is just low point count with greater than 3. So here is running this code and speed the output. So now here that need to load this count 1 2 3 is properly type of kind understanding, and you can see also using here range icons and the keyword and simply by I over the collections like area like this map. So here is previous, you can see this number, and now using this, so just remove and here apply the variable like names and is equal to this, and here is type also the stream and apply the name. The further person is Rocky, it like another one, so Maria. Okay, so here is a cur apply, and then using here the fourth post is type index, and the name is flow equal 5 here in string, and the variables using this, and also here is the type this fmt using the printing. Okay, and today this insert was printing like a index that module D, and then type for the names here change type and also more on. Okay, now first of all is declare here is the index, and secondly clear in this name from here this student use for this currently the range keyword is actually over the name slice, and this provide this both index and the value name in the case and obscene language, and those is a readable way to look for these collections. Okay, and then I could save this code and click on this, and here it goes on to this command like go run and the file name for hello of this code. So here you, as you can see, it's currently screen for this all this output. So here in the studio is done and is working with Go unit approach to loop made up, was extremely versatile, and it covered the basic for loop break condition and also using this tool. Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on declaring and calling function in Go language. So function are the building blocks any Go program. So you learn how to declare and use function with simple example, and to starting the simple function to print the message. Okay, so first of all here is declare the function, so just rank in this next line here and including like a function and the function name using the grade, and also here using the ftm dot range line and use copy this message click hello go. Okay, and then going this main function, and here is called the function status grade is simple. Is declare this create function using the function keyword, and it takes no argument and simply print a message. You can see the main function, just recall the great execute it. Okay, so they're going here and then type the command like hello dot, press for enter. And so now here is correctly print this message like hello world. Okay, so I hope you understand on this. Okay, so now it's done. You can using this the function with parameter and this function that saved as parameter and the perform the example like a calculations. Okay, so now let's try. So first of all, here is creating this function between the parameter. So now just read this possible here. This function may like add numbers. A is integer type and the B is also the integer type. The type condition for is flown is invalid. This equation for A and additional operator for B, and then use for the statement dot paint line, and here type the message. So first of all type the sum of the module T, and also creating here the module T is the module D and the sum of the new line, and declare the variable A, V and the sum. So here is the curricular play and is calling the function with, so add here with add numbers and value spike and the tree. Okay, so here in this example, so in this add number, this function take 20, they're like in and B as the parameter and the sum, and when you call it means we press the value like 5 and 3 other mate. So just when here is around the code, so here is type for hello 0.4 and press for enter. So here the sum of the value is 5p and the total for h. Okay, so here is nearly pure enter. And you can also use for another example for function with reach and values. This is useful when you need to program data and user result as every here the square. So now is applies, so you can see posting using this and the numbers. So here using the, you can see the division, multiplication and of the subtraction. So now using here, so the subtractions or the multiplication, this is type this multiply, and using this, and also in here is a teaser, and I was removed and only use statement. Just type this reach on a and multiplication B variable, and here is all the function and the score, the result. So just remove this line, and here is type the variable result, and flow is equal type. Here is the multiply, the value is a 609, and also here use at the print line, and here as a message. So first of all we type the product of 4 and 6 using the module D, and also creating this new line, and here is type the result in this variable. So today in this small supply function take integer or is a reach their product using the reach and keyword. Then here it is the main function for multiplan store. It is result in variable. Please is so just is safe again, and then go in here and then type for on like hello both and press enter. So here the product of 4 and the 6 is a model E54. Here is completely working with example. So today's perfectly cover is declaring a sample function, creating a function with parameter, and writing a function that can say that the function is modular and reasonable. Hi and welcome back to today's and today into the error handling in both Go programming. Unlike any language that use with exception, Go is a simple and more exclusive approach with error type. So then I'm exploring this example. So today is first is working like basic error handling using the error type. Okay, so here how you can create and handle an error in this into Go programming. So now let's get started, and first of all here is package and then import it here. So just wing, so you can see in the next step. Okay, so in this first here is add like a arrow, so use this arrow. Okay, like this arrow. Now it's going for indeed the main this function inside, and here is add this function. So this one here, and okay, so first here is apply this, and this is starting, and here is add this closing. So now here is add this function and the function name like a divide and the value of anything, integer type, and again using this tool and integer, and also using this arrow. And now here used as correctly that if a statement like is equal to 1 to 0, and now here use the return as statement like 0, and also type error dot new. So here is type with error dot and use this new this function, and here type this message like a panel of divided by 0. Okay, you can see here curricular applied, and now using the return is a state A and divide by B. So in here type this in this error. Okay, so creating and generating a simple function, and here the main function is generated as the variable, and another one error is the equal. So here using this divide the various in under 0, and here use this either statement like error is not equal and mail, and using this curly bracket. So process type this openly is the output state name, and then type here is the print line, and today here including like error this message, and generated this error, and here using this block for this. Okay, and apply, and here is a print line and generated like a result, and here is creating this result. Okay, so now in this example is completely created. So today's here apply in this the divide function, and returns both result and error. And if you can see this condition for b is equal to 0, and return an error using like a error new, and here it is the main function, the switch check in this error B for printing the results. Okay, so now just this save and going for here and then try for is go and go run and also go and press enter. And I just read and see the output. Here is this error message, print is cannot divide 5 to 0, and I will be clearly understanding and even use here the another example fmt error a for details in this error message. So now let's modify this previous example, and here is moving and now including this output for. So today here is modify the first of all type here the D zone is 0 and it cannot divide. We are using this module D by and using it's not 0, and here it can apply this module D, and here is including like variable A and the D. Okay, so now just bring here and also here, and you can see in this check this error message and print it correctly applied. Okay, not just used for in this error, only used for this fmt. Okay, so now it's correctly used and just ring here and then used for the result is return statement and remove for this error dot new, and here they inserted like fmt using this error. Okay, so in this code just copy and the best for this insight. Okay, so now you can see in this example use like a fmt error f is include the dynamic value in the error message, making it more informative, and then this helpful when is divided. Okay, so now it's currently ready, and just save this code and also in here, and then tag is for month like go and press for enter. So on a weight, and you can see is division right and can divide it by 0 by 10. Okay, I will hopefully clearly understand in this example. So here is working this both error handling approach with basic error handling and the detailed error message with fmt error. Okay, so accelerated error handling ensure code clarity and the data control over error. Hello everyone and welcome back to today's tutorial. We'll demo pointer in Go. So point essential work, understanding Go, memory management and improving this program in this tutorial. So today is working post understanding what is a pointer. So a pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable. And here in symbol of example, so first of all is using the a and is equal to its 40 to the value, and using the pointer of p is equal to like first is using this and it's called a pointer to, and the next step here using the output statement fmt use the print line, and here is the print post the value of 8. Okay, and again use this and then check this print line, and here is this print the address of here this address of his previous pointer, and then use like fmt this type in this print line, and now studio generating this message. Here you can see the value here the pointer. You can see this pointer theme, and at 4 here is critically disappointed. And in this tutorial there's this example. It's a regular teaser variable, and the distinct as gives us a memory address of a, and we assign to the pointer like if p, and using in this point, and again this referring the pointer to the grade value and the memory address. So this is correctly saved, and just going for here running this code. So here in this command and press go enter, and as you can see here is printed here regular interior is 42, and here is this address memory, and like this it pointed here and it to okay. So here is curricular print and highlight this properly, the memory address a and the point at the p, clearly understanding this. And now this is a pretty for what is a pointer, and now it's understanding. And the next example is for how this use. So just doing here, apply this point your tag and a point. This is especially useful when working with stack, allowing efficient data update without clocking large structure. Okay, so now it's generated this, and the first is being moved in the scope. So today first of all here is creating a person who process have this type, the person like this tag, and also here to clear the 2 parameter or attribute, the name is string type, and another one including each is a type, this integer type. Okay, applied this teaser, now here generated a simple function, name is update age. So update like age, and 2 is inside including first is p and the pointer person, and including this another one in the new age is also in archiver. And this inside poster type is update age via the pointer. The pointer type is p dot age is 1 2, and here is age. So as you can see, this example poster is correctly using the derase function, takes a pointer to a person's stack is all to the update to 8 and field directly. And now just going in the main function and just press that case off. So here is using a person name is a Maria, and is it called is equal to, and these insert creating the 2 attributes. First one is a name, and the name is including here the Maria, and also search it and the Maria, and then type this 8, the 8 is 825.5. The next is here about state named fmt, and you can see here is first of all hyper here. Okay, so the p and here generated like it, here is the Maria, and the next step here applies, so you can see the status. And now just running this code, so closest type is bold, run, and the file like k hello 4. So now just see here is output for this printing this Maria, and it's 225, and here is using for and like this update And first is using this an operator like Maria, and the age is 30, and also use here the fmt dot type. Here it can see the change line out for the statement, and here is after printed the store. Here using the name is Maria. Okay, so now you can see here the main district passport, the address of Maria, using the and in the Maria and is joined. This the avoid copying this interior stack and ensure is efficient update. So I will just ring here and then type it go run like hello dot and press for inquiry. So now here before the Maria is 25 and after the Maria age is 30. So here's properly update this age, and I hope you clearly understand in this tutorial. Today's tutorial is pointer Go programming. So the pointer are powerful E and Go, and whiling nature control over memory and int. Hello coders, and welcome to another Go programming tutorial. So today's we'll explore different and record quiz goal and unique tools for managing control flow and error handling. So by the end of this tutorial you will understand how to use them effectively with this practical example. So first is understanding like defer. So defer statement is delayed execution of function until the surrounding functions return. This is often used to clean up tasks like clothing file or releasing resource. Click see the example. So today first of all is going here is the print this fmt. This is print this line, and in this inside therefore like a start. Okay, and then here is type like a differ, and I can use this fmt dot so versus type fmt dot notation and used correctly the print line. And today here is print another method like this case. Okay, differ. Okay, the differ, and the next one used for again fmt dot using again the print line and the here screen like in. So here first of all in this the differ the statement schedule the fmt skins line, and this is the call execute after the mean. This function is complete. Okay, so now just using save this code and just going here and in this command and go and press enter and see the output. So first bring start then aim and you explain this differ. I hope you currently understand is all the differ. The next topic is handling error with the panic. This panic is function toward a normal execution of the program, and it begins unwittingly this effect. It is typically used for crucial error that program cannot recover from. And here an example. So first of all using here just to modify purpose example, and here is type like keyboard is panic. Okay, and here is a 5 4 is remove those. So in this line is currently removed, and here is a type a panic, and then the matches is like a sorry something is going like wrong. Okay, also here use for this ftms print line, and this inside type this another message like so this will not be as printed. Okay, so I hope you clearly understanding and hearing this spot. In the panic function, entering the program with an error message, it's keeping any remaining statement. And here, so now just trying is running this port, and as possible here the terminal, and here is add this command like go, and here first of all this report, and now here you can see this, press on this go, and here is a panic, before is wrong, and here print this error message. Okay, I hope your understanding is whole this program is this keeping any this remaining statement. So now here is clear this terminal. So in the next example is recovering from this panic with recover, and the recover function allows us to result here again regain this control of a program after panic. It must be used with a refer function to capture and handling the panning the failing. Now let's see the how it works. Okay, so now just ring here and move forward in this program. Okay, so today first upon here is type this defer and add this simple function. Okay, so in this inside you're going here and using the is statement r, and in this equal to, so here is type this recover, and using this semicolon r, and there no is type for, here is an, and again using this curly where here is type this fmt doll, apply this perfectly coinslim, and here is type like here recover from like a panic, insert it in this okay, so here you can see this generated is correctly, can use here is this ftm draw type for, you can see the print line, and here is post here before you here you can see the Spanish, and here's to using now is a panic type for here the critical error effort, and the next step we're using this fmt dot use output statement, and you tag this message, so this will not execute. Okay, so you can see it's correctly applied, and in this program is defer function is take if the panic hurt using this recover, if there is a panic screen they recover message and allow the program to continue gracefully. So now just check first of all Steve and Win here days, comment like hello dot go and press for enter. So now you can see here firstly the print is before panic, and here is a recover from panic, it is critical error effort. So I hope you clearly understand in these three topics. So here is explore, this is an anic and or recover. So those tools are powerful for managing control flow and the errors in both programming. Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's another programming series. So today we generated for array and slices to important data structure and explore the difference, and we'll also share the best practice example using the different technique. So today understanding is an array and the slice and the part of the type, and also define the size of an array, it cannot be changed the 2 is generated. So the symbol of the program like array, the first is print is a variable like array and using the index of x integer type. And the next step here you generated for array index of a 0 is equal to the value of 8. And again using this array index 1 and it is 1 equal to the value of 20. Okay, again use the base and index of equal to the value of 30. And here using the output statement like fmt and use correctly and finish line and it's generated. So first of all I'll type this array and is including in this array. So today in this example is correctly defined and the array of a size is a 3. This element is assigned the value and we printed this array and just going here and then press for enter. So now it's where you can see the array is result is 10, 20 and 30. So I hope you clearly understanding this array. So the next working these slides for is more flexible than array. They don't have a fixed size and go curve, so swing is dynamically. And here in this example, so today first remove this and this generated slice and the clone is equal to using this empty is integer type and inserted like a value 10, 20 and 30. And also taking type the slice is equal to add this method. So paint and slide the spot copy. Okay, and using this output stage statement and then type for is a clean site and then type for is correctly and you can see slides and also generated this. So here in this example is defined a slides initial values during use a clean function and to add an element to a slice unlike array slice can grow it dynamically. So first of all save and doing here then comment go run hello.go. okay, so now just wait and see and output is correctly framed and slide is 10, 20 and 30. I hope you clearly understand while this slice and now is working and the main important is key difference with two example with the topic like a array and a slice. So while arrays fixed size and slides are more flexible efficient when dealing with collection of data. So now let's create this another example. So here is clear this terminal. So first of all query generated like array. So in this line of code, so first of all type this array and is equal to use this index of inside including like 3 and the integer type the variable 1, 2, 3 and use the fmt dot output statement frame line and today show where here a array and ignore this and now is creating the slice this example. So slice is equal to declare like this array and square brackets in stop only this the okay. So now is generated this slice 1 equal to 1 type this and generated this elements code and now here use this output statement and this type for this is print line and now here is so message I first of all apply for after here append and this creating like this slice. Okay, so today in this example is a chart and try it with math and this convert into a slice and append this element to the slide. So the key takeaway here is that while the array is based and the slice allows to append more element. So now it's currently saving this all code and screen here, and then practice output command like hello.go and press for enter. So as you can see here, first is printing this array and the slice after is 1, 2, 3 as properly generated. So now that's in the state for the studio to really completely cover a generated in difference between array and the slice in Go programming language. Hello coders and welcome back to today's Go programming tutorial. So today explore the maps and which are used to store key value pairs. So map are one of the most powerful data structure in Go programming language, and understanding them is essential for efficient coding. So first of all is creating and initializing a map. It's a similar way dictionary in other programming language is entering in a map consists of the key and the value. Today is creating a map. So first of all here is typed like a person, this sketch, and this is equal to here type that makes and type for his a map, and the same thing including string, and also using this teaser. Okay, so now he's adding here is the key value here the map. So first of all have this person age and generated this person name like Sophia, and Sophia is generated is 25. Another one is person age and the person name is a Camellia, and the Camellia is generated like 830. And next one here using this James is equal to the James is 35. Okay, here is properly adding the key value pairs in the map, and now using this output state baseline, and here is first of all okay the person age map and generated this person age. So in today in this simple example use correctly in this mix functions to create a map named like a person age with a theme at the key value and type of interior in the value, and then add this tricky key value here where the key is person name and the value in their age. So I'll just save this code and I'm going here and the command like hello.go and press for this feature and speed output. So here in this person each maps of the maps and Camellia 30, Camellia 40 and Sophia 25, and will give you proper understanding in this output. Okay, so next topic is accessing and modifying map values. So you can reach high value using the key, and you can also update value by resizing in value to the existing key. So first of all is initializing this map. Remove this all this program, and here first of all type the map is named here. You can see these groups is equal to define this map, and this inside call to including a string, and again the string, and also here first of all this the first slide here and add this color like red. Okay, and another one, so this fruit like a banana, and add this color like a yellow, and this third step the fruit like a gray, and the gray color is the purple, this purple. Okay, so here is generated this correctly, and here is existing a map value versus type this fmt dot using. Here you can see the print line. So today type for here the mask like color of banana, and is declared this proof, and this inside again generated banana. So now here is correctly generated this, and now just saving this code and also going here and then reading this code is correctly. So just category is hello go, and now so you can see this color of banana like yellow. Okay, in modifying in map value, the first you generated this and this cleared the post like a banana, and here using add this color like a green, and then generated the first of all type this fmt and apply here in this green line, and here is the post the message like update like a color of the banana, and generated these proofs and add this proofs color. I'm sorry, proofs names here is, so here is historically is modified, and here is initialized, and the proof is map where proofs name is the key and has this color in the value, and I see the color of the van using like here fruits is banner is modified the color of banner by assigning a new key value to the banana. So this one here I'm going to say have this again and hello go and click for enter, and you can see here the updated color of banana is a green. So here in this tutorial is completely done, and this topic you will understand. Hello coders, and welcome back to today's Go programming tutorial. So today we'll cover structure, a powerful feature in Go that allows you to define your own custom data type. The stack or the structure are essential for modeling complex data and cornerstone of the Go's design. So by the end of this tutorial, you will unfold to create and just tag into Go application. The first of all is Go is understanding, creating example, defining the initializing a simple step, the stack like a blueprint for creating object within different properties, and it provides call like a field, and you can define where specific type. For today, first of all, just going here and then first apply this type and the first one, and now using this structure as a stack and including like a name is a string type, including my age is also the same teaser. Here is defining stack to represent a person, and this going the main function, and here is initializing the stack using the name field. So first of all, this person one is called to the function is a person, and first of all is generated the name is a, so the name is a Rocky, and Rocky is generated like 25. Okay, now here is also using so poster generate output statement like fmt dot notation, and the type here in this print line and prints today. This call here is a person one. So in this sample example is defining here a person, a stack with a two field, first on name of the stream and age of this teaser, and here the initialize a new person object like a person1 and using name field, and which makes the code easier to read. So just save and go down, and here the command like hello world. So press for enter, and as you can see here, this person, his name is 25, is correctly generated. Okay, and you can see here using this another updated example like a stack with different tail type such as the string and the teaser, boolean, and even other stack. So let's see an example of a stack with different themes types. So today first of all is defined for the stack for a book. So here is remove this person and the book and add here and the stack, and first of all you can see this inside is generated title. So the title is a string guide, and here is also is a string, and here you can see this page is within type and also used for a piece like a public. It's a published easy boolean type. So you can see here is generated this book. The stack is contains a different type like a string, title, and to author and achiever for a book, and the bool for is published. And I will show this using this, and the main function is going here, and here is initialize the book structure. So first of all you remove this, and today here is generate object, and here is a book one, and the phone in this book, and postal here is add this title. So the title is full programming. The book programming, and the one is using like the author is the author's name, and this correctly here and there, and using those the page, and the pages here is a 200 page, and also type is a publish that here is using. And now let's properly generate, and now using this output statement like fmt, and that apply here in the change line, and now generate it. So of course this apply in this book, and again using this book one, and now in this example this book the stack is contains, and it's perfectly using for the key types of the stack, and have properly shaped this code and see out. And first of all type here is the bolt run and hello dot bold and crisper for center, and as you can see here this book is up for this title, a go programming, and the author name, and also this page is 200, and this published is the perfectly working in this example. So I clearly understand in this tag. Hello coders, and welcome back to the Go programming tutor. So we'll dig into the post approach subject pointed programming. Unlike many other language, Go doesn't have classes, but it uses tag and the other method to achieve similar and the functionality. So today first of all is define a stack and a method. You can use them as a switch modules with this structure to define its behavior. So let us start by creating a simple card as tag and the method to display its details. So first of all here is defined a card is tagged. So just going here, and then post is type, and the third, and also using this tab, And today first here you can see the brand is string type, and also as for this goes like the modules is against the string, and using like another attribute goes like a year into that day, the nice properly generated. And the next step here is defining a method, the card stack. So first of all, using this function and the object box and the class like check card. And here is also type this method name. Here is a display like a details, and just going this inside, and here is type the output of a statement fmt dot paint line. And here first is the add method like a car, and a string tag use module double module this, and also generated like here. So here is a type this module d, and also define this new line. And first of all generate this method post type style, the car is object, so brand, the another is car. Here you're using this model, and then it using the c dot inside init this. So here is so nice properly generated like 3 attributes. So now it's going here into the main this function inside, and first of all is the object is equal to and the class in this CRUD, and this insert was the generated. So you can see the brand, so that the brand name here is Toyota, and using the model. So this model add this like a Camry, and the next one including in this year, the year is 2021. So you can see here is almost just complete in this code. Now just type the code dot the method here using this display details. So here in this example is define like a car stack with a field for the brand, model, and the year, and then create a method like a display details and with a car stack. And now let's see in this method output here. And the first of all just saving this all code and just hearing this terminal and command line hello dot, press for enter, and here see the printing, and the car is total, and the canny is the model, and the year is 2021 is currently printed. So you can see using here this another of method use the pointer void, sorry, the method this pointer. So using a pointer allow you to notify the greatly and let notify our this card stack to change the year in the method. Okay, so first of all using here the save this example update. So here the method to change the year of the card. So of course using this card apply, sorry, here using this pointer, and also just remove those, and here including this update here, this method name suggests change this display detail, and we are including this is a update here in this make road, and this inside including here is the new, and here is another attribute integer type. So just removing here and then remove in this line of code, and here for this type of C dot including this year is equal to define for here is a new year. Okay, so now using doing this main function instead, and first of all here it's changed those brand names. So here using this another brand like in Honda, and use the model is a civic, and the page here is a 20. As in using here in this line is removed, and this today process type this output statement fmt and the print line, and here is generated the message. So first of all, type for here is a big for update and including in this character, and the next one is update that you can using a pointer suppose to type this card that including here the update here is 2022 20. Okay, and also here then type the fmt and choose this change line, have the message here after update the our this year, and then save. So in this example is also add, and this update here is a has a pointer receiver. You can see this point here, and this allow this method to modify and here and feel that the car is tag is directly. So just a 7 code and just running this code now for this tag this month and press for this enter. And so as I can see here is a B for update for civics and year is 2020 and update this year is 2023. Today's example is completely working, and here using the core programming like object-oriented programming is implemented using stack for data and the code to define behavior. I hope you clearly understand in the tutorial. Hello coders, and welcome to our programming series. So to explore the polymorphism in Go programming use of interface. So polymorphism all use write flexible and usable code. The using the common interface while is still leading different type implement their own behavior. So first of all is working is understanding what is interface in Go. So interface is a type that is specified a state of method signature, and if you type all this method and static that interface. So today generate for this interface only. So first of all here is just type and add for the sheet, and you can see here using the skin surface, and also using here just type for this area, and also generate here is a plot is 64-bit, and using this another type like a circle, and using this structure stack and including like a radius is a plotting point is 64-bit, and now here is add for the symbol function name for C point A like her circle, and also including here in this area this method, and also type here this plotting point is 64-bit, and here use this return statement for using the value 3.14 and the multiplication C dot is radius, and again use for C dot engaging radius, and here the cycle in this satisfy the shift in interprets by implementing the area method. Now working with polymorphism within therapist, the polymorphism allows different type of treated at the same draw common interface, and this may see code is adaptable and scalable. Now using here the multiple implementation, just going here and add for is also this another this type like a sorry, type the rectangle. So the rectangle also using the stack and curious act for is a length, so any energy length, and also using the lead is also the plotting point is a 64 bit and thing use, and here is add another of the simple these functions such as going here, and then that the function named dot rectangle, and again including in this area this function also generate is a floating is 64 bit, and then use the reach statement r name, and the multiplication for r means the rectangle for type 4 either way. Okay, so here is correctly generated, and now this is the next step here using this another of symbol of function, and then make third creating here the print like area, and here is defined process type and the shape as dot that shape using this now type fmt dot this type for the statement page line, and truly here is generated like area and the defined for the dot tab this area again. Okay, so now going forward, here is the main function inside. First of all, type the third, so circle this inside including the correctly the radius, so rdis, the radius is a 5, and you can see here creating a carefully barcoded in mistake carefully this creating this program, its r means either rectangle is a, so okay, in this rectangle and this inside generate here process 5 days length, so leg as this length is 4, and also generated like a width is equal to is 6. Now it's creating here, so first of all I make for it's a print area for circle, and again using this the print area around each rectangle we can see a generated is correctly. Also here as you can remove this and I begin. So now here in the studio distribute is properly is creating now, and also generated is perfectly okay, and in this example is creating this prints like the area of both circle and rectangle showcasing this polymer, and the shape is enter. Okay, so today set this all code and the screening here. Just open the terminal, and here is first of all type this command like go run and hello.go the brace for enter. So now just wait and see the output of the course. Print here the area is 78.5 and the multiple and one in here is a is 24, is rectangle area 24 and the circle is 78.5. okay, so today tutorial is completely done, and here is third as powerful tool both programming language. Hello coders, and welcome back to this tutorial. Another tutorial like Go routines are all the most powerful feature enabling the lightweight concurrent execution of the function. Unlike the traditional trade rate, Go proteins at the more percent and easier to manage. So first of all, here is introduction for this Go routing and launching Go routing. Okay, so first of all, here is in this code for in this another of this library package. So this one here in this, and the next one using like a period at this time, and also generated for this closing one. Okay, so this inside here is creating, and today here is generating for this another one, this new function, and the function name here use like this print numbers. Okay, so using this print number and also spreading these, and the first here and curly for loop and initialized, and this incorrectly variable of 1 is I1, and we're using premium just condition creating for less than is equal and the value of 5, and I variable is LA prevent. And this said using this out the statement like fmet, and then use the print line and declare the I value. Next one, we're using this time dodge, use the sleep. Okay, and we're using the 500 reach, and the second, and the multiplication declared this time dot in a millisecond. So for this time dot, including here is currently millisecond. So in this slide is the simulate some work. So the next one is one for here is the main this function site, and first of all launch Go. First type is with Go, and service type Go log print numbers. And next one here is have this main function as continue executing. So versus type this fm dot including queens line, and here the message and post this type is clean, and this mean is function is running, and also generated with the allow this co-routing to complete. So you're using this time dodge and also this clip make method, including like screen and multiplication. Each time just time here, so 5 does time, and now using again for this fma dot is tag this green line, and here is generated like a main function. So the main function like, so now in this example is completely done, and here first of all in this print number function done correctly with the main function, and here is without is creating for the standard shape split in the main function. The program is might terminate before the out of in this so just save this all and just have this command and run this code. Okay, as you can see here, it is currently running for the main function is running 1 to 10, and when 5 the function is, because here is incited with condition for I is less than equal to 5. Okay, so I hope you're understanding, and is creating here the multiple Go routing. So here just update this in this previous example. So first go here is remove this function name, and here is the another name like, and this way here, and the condition I placement equal to C, and here is, so today is type for here, and see the task, and the module is dash, and then type correctly C and module D, and also creating this new line and clear for here the name. So first of all just 1 year and generated this name and the string guide, and in here is defined postal is tag name and SI. Okay, so just quickly apply, and you can see here using that 300 millisecond the scan, also using this millisecond. And the first of all, here is this multiple pro routing. So here is just remove this and including this. So and also try this task at the original this character A, and also using here this multiple line and including here the B. So now is using this correctly, and in this line is removed. And first of all, here using this time sleep as 2 millisecond, and also apply this screen and another master lake here, and all path is completed. Okay, so you can see here is currently creating in this example, and here is properly generated this, and here you can see is creating like a to go route spot task A, and the B is running the concurrently. So now it's sharing this all port, and that showed out. Also supposed to start this command like go run here, and including 5 names here is calendar, and press for enter. So now here is a properly generated for task B, and the one is task A, and create one. And you can see here is all the tasks are completed. So the output is order dependent on the go runtime schedule. So I hope you critical understand for the studio. Hello everyone, and welcome back to today's another channel communications. So first is understanding what are channels. So X channel is a type 112 ways for route chains can same and recent value, and the channels are defined using the hand key and ensure the text by allowing just here is the only value of the declared type. Securely post is creating the VC channel communication. Now let's get started. So you can see here is creating for the another symbol of function. Name is type like a thing, message, and started like, and also here is using these curly brackets of type ph, and also type stain, and including this message like hello from this the coaching, and in this slides seeing the message into this channel. I will just ring here into the main this function inside post create a channel. So here type base message channel, and is called to, so define for here is me, and this inside is channel for this channel chain guide. This is the one of here start a go routing such as tag with go, and also tag the same message. This inside is including this message channel, and here is receiving the message. So today is type for only the variables message, and this is equal a and sign, and define for here is the message channel. So now using this output a statement, and then type for is align, and including this message. So here in this sample example to generate here in the same message function stain steam into the channel, and also here in this main function wait to receive the message from the channel before it's here is proceeded. So now just speed and just wing here and just running this code. Okay, and so now just read and see the message is hello from go, and I hope your understanding is a basic channel of communications. So you can using here this another example of buffer channel. This buffer channel are basically capacity enabling the channel to hold multiple values without blocking the standard immediately. So now let's create these examples. First of all, remove this function, okay, and also bring here, just remove this again. And today, first of all, here is a create a buffer channel with a capacity of 2. So first is using this as equal to status made and the channel of a 2 and an integer basic 2. Now is send value to the channel and like including develop team, and again then type 20, and here is recent value from the channel. So post status ftm church youth ultra and queens line, and now in this and started. So first using these, you're using this switch, another line is type for ftm dot apply. Here is a, so you can see just add this change line and also generated for this ch. Okay, so here you can see in this example the channel on can hold up to the 2 inches and allowing the same there to the same values without blocking. Okay, so now just save this code and also bring here and run this code. Okay, and press for interior, and now just see, and you can see here the values 10 and the 20, and you can see here the receiver send the value is essential. Okay, so here you can see a student applied this and using this closing a channel, and the channels can be closed to signal that can no more values will save. Okay, so now screening here is supposed to be put remove this, and to here generator and ch is equal to and let's make, and first of all using hand is a teaser afterlife series of 3, and first of all is using this ch and the sign off and this one again, and including this of 2 and that's type c and that sign, and now here using the, so you can see this close the same in the close channel, and now here using the portal is currently supposed to using this for and define this value and creating this clone is equal to start this range like the c means, and also using b the first type with this ftm apply here, and you can see this print line and the part is this value. So here in this studio tutorial example is using the range loop it over the channel until is closed. There is a close, and I will save and screen here, and then tag is go run this common hello go and press for enter. So you can see here is appropriately creating bar 1 2 and 3, and you can see this clothing channel is signal and the aim of the communication. Okay, so here in the studio is completely done and I'm perfectly understanding. Hello coders, and welcome back to this studio tutorial. So today we'll working this Go programming language on reading and writing file in both. See in this tutorial how to interact with file in Go using simple example, and we'll learn how to read data from file, write data in this into this tutorial. Okay, so is the first example is writing a file. Let's begin by learning how to write data to a file. Just really use the OS in this IOSIL package to write a distinct to a file. So first of all here is inserted this package like OS, and here is going this main function and just creating in this data and using here, so the fmt brackets, and also type for here you can see this right. And now here inside this method like a hello, and also type for, you can see this go, and then type for here you can see the writing to a file. Okay, so here is creating underneath the one, so is equal to is go and test and using this the right file and apply this same full file example dot text, this file generate. So now using this text file and then data, and also using this by for 0644, and you can see here the writing the data to example dot file, and here using this condition like e, here apply this condition, suppose type with this error and the notch equal this type snail, and also this inside use the fmt apply this green line. Okay, so apply this green line, and here using this error method process, typing here and writing through in this file. Okay, so here are the properly generated and inserted in this error file. Okay, so EOOR. Okay, so here is correctly generated, and now just bring this next step and here use that return statement. Okay, and in here using this fmt, sorry, this fmt and dot use like print line, so apply this if I, okay, you can see using this range, sorry, change line and printed the message. So first of all type like data successfully, it's reaching this RIAA and in this file. Okay, so here in this example is creating here in the student for os dot is write file to write by a slice to a file name and like example dot file, and here using this comma, and you can see here if the file is doesn't exist, and it will successfully message is it will be created and also handle this error in this case, the file operation is failed. So now this generated in this program to post type this command and go brand and the lie and hello world enter, and I will just read, and you can see here the data successfully read is 5, this partly printed, and you can see here the writing file is completely working, and another file is the reading from a file, the knowledge see, and how to write a data from a file, and we'll use OS and or I will tell package to read and of the control of the file and just write. Okay, so the constable is code in this file, so just going here and OS is remote, and here including this IO slash then IoT. Okay, so here is a proper generated, and just going the main function inside the generate the code define for, so you can see here is removed in this line of 4. Okay, so just here clearly remove, and then here just here generate like in this data. So first of all is have this data and then have this error and then is equal to, so here is target using the read file in the cities the read file, and it is the same as previous file, just citate here example dot text, and in this line of reading data for examples to text and also using this error file, and here is now screening this error here and reading file. So here's the time you can see the reading file disappear, and also using the return statement and fmt, and then file for in this line core, and remove for turning this pipe like a file content, and insert it like a string. So only this team and in this inside including in this data. So here in this example, just use for this IUI alter this and the read file. You can see in this read file to read the contents of example text inside the conscious return the data file for as the by slides. Please then convert to a stream from printing. Okay, so just saving this code and waiting here code is correctly post then for and feature, and just read and that process, as you can see here, the file content and go and write to a file. So I hope you understand it, and actually for the today's tutorial I hope you properly learn how to write and read file in those Go programming language. Hello coders, and welcome back to today's tutorial and exploring how to work with JSON XML data using Go programming language. So by the end of this tutorial, we'll be comfortable handling both formats using simple and equivalent. So first of all is working with JSON data. So the JSON means JavaScript obligation widely used to exchange data. So we have your application in Go and use this encoding JSON package for this purpose. So now first is using this some sample JSON data. So first of all here import this package. So just string here and tag the code, and here is tab like encoding and this. Okay, and now here you can using this build this tag. So using this type and the first one and including here, so the first and also started the stack and including this possible type this name and is a stream type and generated for this team like a is a JSON and a name pin. Okay, so I generated this and also using here including like age integer type, and also using this and inside creating the JSON formatted inside the each. Another one is screening here, so you can see only using for in this two line and this can use it for this email, so email using this as a wish. Now this time is using as the two stuff and going for the main function inside first, and first of all this data and clone is equal to including in this function inside. So access the type of the name. Okay, and creating this name is Sophia and generated like Sophia age and started like 30. Okay, and it's completely generated, and now just going here then because the variable is the person and the class like this stack is person, and here using the clone is equal to and then type the JSON dot and type the for nation and the tag this under and this inside including. So first you using that same two square bracket and find this byte and here is including like a data, and also generated it's a person and its statement. This error and this not equal have this name, and I'm creating this bracket, so you're using this permit attention and using this range line, and here is generated first this error message. So here this tablet payroll, and also generate this payroll, and now we are creating this return statement, and then here use output statement, the print line, and today is creating the data. So here is tag this person like JSON data, and then need to use for this fmt dot, and now use the here the print function. And first of all, it creating is name is a string type, sorry, using the string type, and insert it like the, and also like into this type. So you can see here is as the age, and now this closing those versions. Okay, so here it is the name. So now first of all, here is I, it is person dot the name field, another one is person. Okay, so here is example is correctly done, and anything using this email. So now just doing here is add, so I know you're perfectly understanding, and then tag this email, and email is also the stream type, and just tag this for me like here JSON, and including this email. Okay, so here is properly generated, and I will just ring here and add this. Okay, so another one is the email, and add the email like sophia@gmail.com. Okay, so it's correctly generated, and just swing here and then add this another one. Now here is creating its email and name like here string type, and here nil line, and define for this the person dot age, and using the person dot email. So now in this studio example is creating is defined a person a stack, and to match the JSON. So here using this JSON and this function combine the JSON stream into the stack. So now just properly saving the code, and just all go save and open this terminal, and open here in the new terminal, and I just, and then type this command like go run and hello dot go, and press for enter. So now just wait here and see the output. Suppose doing querying data, and the name here is creating this correctly. I hope you properly understand in the tutorial. So now here is type this done JSON. Now it's working for here is the, so now we are working this cursing enable XML data. Is there another popular data format is to provide encoding XML as package to first and then code like XML data. So first of all, just bring here and remove this JSON, and we are including this examiner, and now just here is creating this. So now you can use the stack name, use a book, and first of all here is just remove in this line. Okay, so you can see First of all, here type this title, it is string type, and also here this and including all this title. And the next one, so in this code is creating this inside like example XML, and they appear this title. Next one use for this code, and also use this skin type, and including the here is generated like a code. And first of all, here is you can see using in this view, and this here, and here is, and using here is a type example, and including this thing of year. Okay, so here's properly generated, and now is using this central data. So first of all, here type this example in this data, and now it's just remove, and here is past, and is just using this already just here. So you can see, just copy this book because your reading is news is created, and now it's already created now. So now just read for and copy this. And so first of all, here is putting this kind of variable. Okay, I'm using in this both, and the stack using for QQ. Okay, and now exchange this XML, and here just on including like XML, and this data like here, including this XML in this data, and change this person, and he's add this go is correctly generated. Use the keep the statement for this printed line, this error and this return, and I'm screen this, and now remove this, and today working this XML data, and here is state this, and remove in this line of code, just add this so properly is removed. And first of all, we are state this title. So title is team type, and author is also this key is moduled, and like the here cleaner in this teaser type, and also define here is a new line, this line of just removed, and today here type. So first using book dot title and the book and author, and also using here, so the book here author and correctly defined. So here you can see this understanding is correctly, and just going here. Okay, you can see in this line, next line of code for building for that dot pink line, and here is a high domestic here, the ring like encoded like XML. And next one using for the fmt dot use again the print line this function, and we're using this distinct type of a like a just encoder data. So here is correctly like this, and today in the example, so first search seems like XML data into this tag, and encoding this back into the XML form, and also using this XML for this shell in intent, and then for the skin here the exam, and this function is convert the exam is stream into the stack. So now the crucial understanding the first of all these all four, and going here around this core, So here is the using for hello doc go and press enter and just read, and you can see it's properly printing these move, and here is simply cursing this XML data and the encoded XML and both the title book programming, and here is author using this year of 2021. And I hope you understand in this tutorial properly done. Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's tutorial handling an error based only in their Go programming language. So today learn how to manage file related effectively using both error learning is handling mechanism. So today's post example is creating handling filing and payroll, and let's get started. So as you can see here, use them another import file. So first using this current thesis, and so next step, and you can see here using the OS, and also here is closing this. So first of all, in this inside is try to open a non-existent file. The first tag is file, and also type is error, and it's equal to type like os dot use case open this method, and error type like a non this thing in this the text file. Okay, so now here using a is statement like error, and the not equal is type this, and also using this curly bracket, so this type handle error. So use the output statement fmt and use correctly these things line, and now here you type this error message. You can see, and you can see here using this tone and the particular error. Okay, and here using the return statement is currently green type, or here you can see the different, and post tag this file dot in this close function. So next use this output statement like ftm fmt branch and create in this inside duty. Today here is including like a file open here successfully. So okay, at this, and you can see here just using this simply, and here just we're returning this to the open a file and doesn't exist, and you can see using the open in this function is returned a value, and the file is pointed to an error. How the file is missing the error value and can be created and print the error of the function. Okay, so first of all saving this code and this one here and this new term. So okay, you can do here this add another newcomer for type days go run and this file and press enter. As going as can here if error not district file, the system cannot be defined and this file satisfied. And notice here using the depart ensure the file is closed and correctly this open. Okay, I will be correctly understanding in this. So now is this remove this, and I can see here is creating a write permission example. So today here using the file, and now is not opened, and here is using this another file like a create file. So just type you can see here it is create file, and now you can use the same file as previously using like example or this text file, and here using this I'll handle this error. So I will just add this message, error creating file, and you can see the error creating in this file and also in this error, and straight the statement, and also using the different clause. And now it's creating here is just like this at home at write a file. So first of all, using this dash and this, apply this, and now it's creating this error, and also define this file, right, dot write, and apply this file dot, and including here the write still. Okay, and inside this painting message those hello the code programming, and use for in this session just copy for this line of code and best for this next one. And here is chance the error writing this file. So first creating the skin, and now is working the writing to file and this error, and also using this straight statement, and here type this message like type this file created and written like successfully. In this simple of example, just do at home to create a new file and write to each creation. Our writing process issues like sufficient permission on this space, and we gracefully error and gracefully by printing the appropriate message. Okay, so now here is using this correctly, the deeper is ensure the file properly closed even if an error is offered. Okay, so I hope you correctly understanding, and now just starting the all code and just insert for here is this command. Okay, so first of all here saving this code again, and this here is type, this command is go run, and the file name like hello.go, and press for enter, and we will just wait and see the code for the file created and the successfully. So here in this tutorial is properly, and hope you are understanding. So that's for it's for today's tutorial, and you will learn how to handle file related error gracefully in Go programming. Hi coders, and welcome to the quick tutorial on database connectivity using Go program language. So today we learn how to connect to Go application to a database using the best practical example and connecting to SQL. So first of all here the understanding is properly installed for SQL in this the server, just SQLite analysis to connecting to SQL in the group programming language. Okay, so first of all here is for the some library package. So first of all here is including here the database and the SQL, and the next one using at the rate, first has dash and then using. So now here I apply this data link, the data git.com, and type is entity, and also type is, and also is SQLite 3. That's mean this is a SQLite driver, and use this correctly and also bring this inside. And first of all here is open a connection to the SQL database, so post drive to the DB, and then type the payroll, and also using this SQL dot the open for this open, and this inside is creating like SQL SQLite and 3, again using the first and slash and the database name and like a test. Okay, so here using the statement and then type like error not equal. So here's type this name, and here using this graph case. So now use that helpful statement like fmt and using this print line, and here is type this error message like error connecting to the SQLite. Okay, so now here is correctly used and declared for in the symbol of the error, and now here applied is correctly the increment, and also using that date, birth and db, sorry, just type db dot notation used in this close function, and now check the connection. So use this p double r error and db dot notation, and then type like a p and then use again. So type this key and the error and again dot equal, here is type so the nail, and again use the ftm notation and use the print line, and in this inside type this another message like payroll pinging an SQL's to light, and also creating this arrow, and here is easily use the return statement, and this outside type this ftm dot is type this correctly and the print line, and here is type the successfully message. So you can see the successful link connected to SQLite. Okay, so you can see here is creating this all code correctly. So today in this example is properly connected to the SQL database using SQL open based function, and here the SQL drive using that takes db in file but to the SQL database labels, and use for here so is a db for database dot p function verify the connection. Okay, and don't forget to close the connection using db dot close in this function. Okay, and I hope you clearly understand in this example, and correctly just saving this all code and just going here and then type for this command and see the output. Okay, and see the output is correctly printed, so successfully is created to connect to the SQLite. So today is properly connected for the SQLite, and I hope for you understand. So for this tutorial properly cover a database connectivity in the programming language. Okay, so I will correctly understand in this tutorial. Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's another tutorial like using database or SQL package in Go programming. So in this package is Go provide generic interface or interacting with SQL database. It acts as a database driver agnostic layer. Later you contact to the execute arrays against database like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQLites. Here is a symbol of example and possible import the necessary package. So now first of all here add up the database. So first using this parenthesis And now just closing this, and first of all here, so in this line just adding here like a database, and also creating like SQL that space here in this package, and the data web driver package for your database. So now using this, the git link and add here. So now using this another one, the log, and the next step like using this sign, and please using this visible quotation and this inside type like here github.com and slash like go, and here SQL and driver and the MySQL. Okay, so in this line is creating here the MySQL driver. So now is open, here is a database connection, and open to create a database handle. This does not establish a connection immediately, but variable, the driver, and the data source from. So now just going forward here in the main function, post is replaced with the database. So now just here, so already here in the state for this, in this link, so just here in is past, sorry, just you can see I'll just is copy this username for this local is UB link. Okay, so here is press for again this correctly creating, and now here the next tab is open a connection. So first type here is DB, and here is also tag this error, and using this clone is equal to, so first of all type the SQL using in this open function, and here is including is correctly like MySQL, and then type for here the basement. Okay, so now you are using this SQL equal statement, and then type like error and not this equal. So now type this nail and using the curly bracket here, and now it's applied the log type for here, it can see the fat, and here the tag this another message. So first of all here is tag like a arrow of painting like a GitHub, and we're using this module B and creating here it is arrow, and now is currently creating and also suggesting this interest type like defer, and using this db dot notation and this close this function. So now you also use this p database to verify the connection. So you can see here using the statement like this arrow and these two. So just type for dot db dot using this the spin and creating flown, sorry, using this arrow and this again this neutic wall. So just type this me and using this one here this type for again log letter E and creating like another error message for the error connecting. Okay, so you're connecting to the database. Okay, and using this module B and also define this arrow. Okay, so here is completely creating and this outside. So using this out of the statement like fmt and using correctly the string line and two, and using the successful message like connected to the database. So here in this example is completely creating, and here is properly using this also this on small this package, and also using this SQL database. So here is opening. So now in this studio using this properly in this code you properly add for your computer your project inside. So I hope you're better understanding, and please experiment for this again. Hello coders, and welcome back to today's another tutorial. So today is creating this CRUD operations like create, read and update operation in this MySQL all PostgreSQL. So today I'm just used for this MySQL in this database. So now let's get started, and we can see this is a connection. This code you can see in this code is creating this previous studio. So please check and apply this. Okay, so now just direct going for read record. So first of all, here we can see creating this another function named like a read the record, and here you can see using the db and sql dot again this extension like db, and here first of all type you can see this query and to equal to. So first of all here using the select statement and type like id name and the age from the table from these users. Okay, so next step here is type the sum in these the rows and also creating this error, and this equal to the post status db dot using in this. So just okay, so apply this query, and in this inside is again including this query, and now here using the if statement and then tag like arrow, and the not is equal to type this ni and the grab and the post type this log dot using tailf, and now is printing the message. So today's versus grading here is field to read records, and using this module and also apply this arrow. Okay, so you can see here is a curricular apply, and now using this line apply for here the deeper. So the deeper posters tag is raw dot tag in this closer this function. Okay, so now you can see here is a properly generated, and the next step here is creating this whole look like a row type. So the next one, and also create these. So first of all declare the variable of id in type and another variable. So name is a string type, another for the age is also into the only uses the feedback type, and that's next using this and e type like error and post using the row dot type, and here you can see the scan this is scan. And so first of all you're using this an operator like id and that operator like in name and the end operator like okay. So here is correctly used, and then type this also this error is it on type this ni and creating this, and first of all is type this log. So using this correctly in the log dot type for here you can see the printf printf, and this print here is correctly type this error message. So first of all type like a error and a scanning row, and using the module of v and also define this arrow. Okay, says correctly apply this, and now just here in this use the text tape apply this output statement like ftm dot is for again you can see the printf. Okay, so first of all here is print like id, then print is a name is type this name, and the third use like age. Okay, here is properly generated in this line of code, and now you here is generated and just going for an update for this code. So you can see here in this code is update, so just go in here and you can see apply for these another functions. Okay, so now apply these sub update for this record supposed to using in this function, and the function name like a update record, and this instead using DB database and the SQL dot the DB extension. Okay, and in this inside, first of all, here is creating like a query, and so post is double, is q is removed, and apply this error of sign, and post of all here the statement like update the table, naming users, and the stage like age, and is equal to using this quotation mark, and apply here is tightly where clause define the name is equal to again this. Okay, so now here using the default is variable and error, and type this error, and this equal to type post, type this dv dot exec, and this inside is creating this query, and the age is 35, and including the name is so Camellia, and also in here you can see using the conditions. So first of all apply here, and you can see if the statement, and then type for so that error, and here is not equal is type this ni, and creating force type this log dot notation, and the type for here is a actually, and now in this printing is not working, and here is paint, sorry, is type 2 is to update record. Okay, so here is correctly type this update record and the module b and declare purpose error. So here is done, and also using here the output statement like ftm and George use the printf, and here is the print the update message. So just post type here and the update true, and create this module d, and also define this new line, and now is generated here like a row effect. Okay, okay, so you can see here is properly generated for, and there here the read and update file, not just going for here the main function, and first of all here is type these, just going here in this line of code, first of all type this db and the error space is equal to, so now here is type this connected MySQL and connect the MySQL in this function, and here using like a statement, and then type like error, and the note is equal to type this mail, and creating so course using this output message like it, so log here is a fatal a, and creating for the filling message. First of all here is type, you can see the fail to connect to the database, and the module b, then type like this an error. Okay, so now in this outside here is type for again the deeper and the and dv dot notation using in this close function. So now just call this. So first of all here is type for is a create record, so you can see the create record, and this inside including this dv, and then type for here the read record for the db, and using for like an update record, and including this db. Okay, So here is properly creating this all code and perfectly generated this for in this all, and here is completely safe this code, and just open this new terminal and here is type this common and press for this enter. Okay, so you can see just here where the type for here is go run and the file name hello.go and press for see the output is called DVA. Okay, so today in this studio is properly connecting for this CRUD operations of MySQL. I hope you properly understanding